Hey guys, my name is Ambika and you are here with me on Unacademy's YouTube channel, which is Let's Crack CBSE with us. So guys, before beginning with our session, let me tell all of you about Unacademy. So there are basically two subscriptions which you can go for. That is like for plus subscription and the other one is iconic. No dude, that is like literally the name of the subscription. So I will talk to each one of you about plus as well as about iconic. Now, first of all, as I've already told you, let's see what plus is there for all of you. Guys, you all know that we are being stuck in this pandemic and that is somehow is being actually affecting our academics as well. But you all know, like if you are very updated with what is happening in the world around, so nowadays Unacademy has grabbed up the first page of every newspaper wherein they are actually talking about like what Unacademy has come up with and why Unacademy has become so famous around the nation. Why? Because here we are making you learn, we are making you very acquainted with your all your academic things at the ease, at the comfort of your house. And another thing is the unlimited access to all the courses. You name a course and we have it here. And once you will going to enroll yourself, you can check out an n number of courses in relation to that. Herein, the next thing which is making the headlines of newspaper is that the best educators of the nation are here on us, on our particular platform. So guys, all you need to do is you definitely, this is like simple my urge, my request to each one of you that hi Parinita, hi Kajal, hi Shruti. It's part of your syllabus as well. Right. So herein you will be taught by nation's top educators. Next is they will going to cover each and every inch of your corner of your syllabus. They will not going to skip out anything. Whatever is being given by CBSE has been subscribed to you, has been prescribed to you, right? So we will going to cover every inch, every corner of your syllabus. Next is in our plus sessions, we have our doubt clearing sessions as well. Therein, you will going to have live test series. Along with that, it is just not about telling, providing you knowledge in a very, in simply an oral way. Whatever format, like whatever study material will be provided to you, that will going to be provided to you in the format of the PDF. So you can check it out n number of times whenever you want to do that, go for it. Next is your answer writing sessions. So with English, we all know that we are super aware what the question is asking us, isn't it? But then the problem arises, how can we, same here, Parinita, same here. But the question arises like, how can we attempt that? We are simply, we have no clue how to answer a particular question. So herein, you will going to have answer writing sessions and mentorship and guidance. Next thing is, as I've already told you, the features of Plus are daily practice sessions, weekly mock tests. So yes, I mean, we all need to check out our knowledge, and that can be checked out by giving these mock tests, which are in the same fashion, in the same pattern, how you have your school exams. So in the similar way, we have it here for you. And live quiz is also lined up. Next is because we are grown-ups, right? So we believe that checking out those huge giant books will going to make us god of a particular field. But then if you are still in school, so CBSE wants you to check out your NCRT books as well. And that is why we have got batches. We have got these batches which will separately going to discuss all your NCRT books. That is for your science and commerce and for your humanities as well. Now, another thing is language, because people are here from all over the country, right? So that is why all the courses are being provided to you in both English and Hindi. So if you're comfortable with English, go for your English batches. If you're comfortable with Hindi, then go for Hindi batches. Only thing which matters at the end of the day is knowledge which we are gaining. And we here come with the promise that we will going to provide you everything, whatever you are in need of. So yes, you need to download the apps for that, isn't it? Right? So as I've already told you about plus, the next thing is iconic. So iconic is perfect in its every way, that will going to take your preparation for CBSE to the next level. And I'm not saying it for the sake of saying it, dude. I mean it. And why I'm telling it to you? Because whatever are the features of Plus, Iconic as basically having that, along with that some iconic features, and they are, you will going to have personal mentors, live doubt solutions, so that will be live, right? Next is parent connect and study planner will also be provided to you. So these are crazy in every sense, isn't it? So guys, you have to do one important thing, which is you have to download the app, right? And for either of your plus or your iconic course, with the price, the cart list is right here. You can use my code, which is my name also, AMBIKA. I repeat, which is AMBIKA, so that you will going to get 10% discount on your enrollment, right? So please guys, don't forget to use this code, be it your iconic or your plus, right? Now the question arises, like enough of every knowledge, isn't it? But the question is like, how can we get this knowledge? What is the procedure? What are the steps? So it's very easy. We all are living in this era wherein we all are having our smartphones or maybe the laptops, isn't it? All you need to do is, hi Debalina. All you need to do is you need to download this app from your Play Store, and that is how it will going to look like. Download it. And the next question is how you will come to know like when all the classes are being lined up, where you can check it out. So it's very easy. You can use this Telegram link, which is Quest 11 CBSE Science. I repeat, which is Quest 11 CBSE Science, and therein all the information are being provided to you. So all you need to do is use this URL, right? And you can be part of our Telegram app, and you will going to come to know about all the classes which are being lined up there. And as I've already told you, you can use my code, which is Ambika. I repeat, Ambika, which is my name as well. And with that, you will going to get 10% discount. So guys, don't forget to get it, right? So as you all know, today we will going to talk about very important thing, and which is your note making and your summarizing, right? So that is the agenda of the day. And by the end of this lecture, and we will going to solve one question together, right? So by the end of this session, you will be super sorted, super clear, like how you can frame your notes and how you are hi Pallavi, and how you can frame out your summarizing. Cool. Now let's check out the objective. So the objective of this lecture today is ideas of making effective notes. How you can make your notes which can be super effective, developing the necessary skills for distinguishing between relevant and important details and unimportant ones in a given piece of writing. Now, if you will check out any piece of writing, guys, there are like information, and that whole piece of writing is flooded with information, isn't it? But then when it comes to preparing notes, we need to skimp out the irrelevant one, and we need to keep the relevant points with us, right? Pallavi, so I was from commerce background, but when I moved to my college, when I was in first year, I switched to humanities. So yes, I had commerce for those 11th and I mean for those consecutive 2 years, and I need to accept it here on this huge platform that I hate, that I hate, that I hate mathematics, I hate accountancy, I hate economics. So yes. So later I switched to English honors, right? So that is like part of your humanities. Yes. Writing a concise summary from the important points collected as part of your note making process. So once you are done with note making, the next step is summarizing it, right? So that is what we will going to do the next. Cool. Now, so what all points are to be covered in this lecture? They are basically importance of note making, like why should you do that? Steps for effective note making, how you can make your note making super effective, which you can keep with you for a very long time. Format for note making and tips on summary writing. So yeah, that is the plans for the day. Importance of note making. Now the first question arises, like, why are we even learning that? Why do we even need this, right? So maintain a permanent record of what you have read or listened to. I mean, if I'm telling it to you, like I'm telling you about note making. Agreed, Pallavi, agreed, right? So now, as I was telling you that whatever you are listening to, I'm telling it to you, like I'm trying to explain something to you. So I would request all of you to kindly sit with a paper and pen. Now it would be too difficult for you to capture, to write down every single thing which I'm trying to tell you. So right for that, we need to know how we can frame our notes. So once, and believe me guys, we are all are human beings. It gets, and after a while you all will be like, oh ma'am said something but that thing just simply slipped out of my mind, right? So that is why we need to have a proper understanding of note making, right? Because humans are here with the tendency of forgetting things, isn't it? So with this lecture, wherever you are, in whatever field you are doing anything, if you know, if you have got this art of making notes, you will be super sorted at least with one thing in your life, right? So please take this class very seriously, and this will be a great help for all of you. Best study practice for test and for revising in future. So if you want to revise anything in future, right, if you want to keep something for a very long time, do prepare the notes. Hi Nidhi, ma'am class 12. G Kajal, but then this is something which is relevant, as I was telling everybody here, that this is something which is relevant. Okay, it is not about that it is being part of the curriculum or not. Rather, it is important that we should know it, because this will surely going to help you out while writing down some important points, right? So if you're interested, kindly check it out. Yeah. Passive learners can convert into active learners. For example, if you're listening to somebody for a very long time, maybe you're listening to me for a very long time, we actually forget to slip out the important details, right? So we turn into passive learners, but then if you're jotting down those points, you can actually convert yourself into your active learners. Yeah, Nidhi, yes, I should say rather 13, 14 minutes you are late. Now, it's okay, but then we were like simply talking about the overall, what we are going to discuss in this lecture. So you didn't skip out something, you didn't skip out anything which was, like, you can manage it out now. We cannot memorize everything while reading our books. So it is very, I mean, I agree that whatever you check out, it becomes so difficult to keep in mind everything. When the teacher teaches, we cannot remember everything. It is genuinely impossible for the human mind to register every bit of information. And we all agree with this. Without a doubt, it is super impossible to keep everything in mind, whatever being taught. So here comes the entry of your note making. If we will not make notes, major chances are that we can skip out the vital information. So either it is part of CBSE or not, that is like not of our concern, right? But herein we will going to get this skill, how you can frame your notes so that you will not going to leave out the important information. It stimulates and helps to enhance our ability to recall. And with all these things, with your notes, you can simply recall whatever has been taught. So importance of note making, I think everybody is super sorted with that. To understand the text in a better way. So why do we frame notes? So that we can understand the overall journey of that chapter. To organize the ideas, because we point it out in this way that this is like in a very linear pattern. So the ideas are being organized to serve as one of the most best study aids. And because you will going to study further also in your life, right? So if you have this art of making notes, you can actually have, like, you may have a better plan to deal with with all your syllabus. It involves actively in the learning process, and with that you will be super involved in your learning process. Notes taken during a class or making notes on a passage provides a more concise view of key concepts. Taking note boosts comprehension and memorizing the text. It helps a student to grasp the important information. It can help in eliminating the extra information. There are lots and lots of possibilities कि हमें ना बहुत ज़्यादा चीज़ें irrelevant information भी provided होती है. But if you have this art of making notes, you can actually include your important information itself. It arranges topics in easy to review manner. And हम लोग अपने टॉपिक्स इस तरीके से अरेंज करना सीख जाएंगे कि हम सिर्फ एक ग्लैंस से उसको फिर से रिकॉल कर सकते हैं. Now, steps. Remember to select. So you need to do this core thing. I will going to call this as core, which is condense, organize and rephrase. What are we going to say this? This will be going to be called as core, which is condense, organize and rephrase. So make your notes concise. Concise means make it short, tiny, right? Omit means leave out irrelevant information. If something is not required, leave that thing out of your notes. Organize, choose headings and topic sentences in note making. So you need to prepare your own headings, as well as you need to make your own other topic sentences also. So make it wisely, right? Next thing is rephrase. So you need to choose your own language. So keep that in mind, that your language is later, whatever you are writing, it should be understandable, right? And whenever you are going to check it out later, you should understand it, what you tried to write down. Clear? Remove or eliminate trivial information. Trivial मतलब होती है जो बहुत ही extra information है, not so important information है, उसको please आप पूरे सिनेरियो में से drop करके रखिए. Don't consider that. Don't include that. Clear? Make your notes more concise. Choose heading and the topic clearly so that it can organize your notes. As I've already told you, choose your heading and the topic clearly, जिससे कि आपकी जो notes है वो proper आपको organize दिखे, right? Rephrase the sentences in your own words. और जो वो बहुत बड़े बड़े huge sentences होते हैं, उसको आप अपने खुद के language में भी rephrase कर सकते हो. Clear? Don't skimp out the relevant information or important information. Skimp out means don't leave out, don't chuck out the important or relevant information which you need further, right? So you need to make your mind clear that this thing is important, I need to keep this. This is something which is trivial, which is not so important, I can skip that out. At first, read the passage to get a gist and to know what it is all about or what the theme is. So हम लोग का first step क्या होगा पूरे process में, that we will going to read the whole passage first, right? We need to check out that what it is trying to talk to us about, what is the theme of this passage. Go through the passage again and find out the key points. Next thing is we will going to read the passage again and we will going to pick out the key points, like what exactly is important there. Next step, rewrite the points in your own words. So what is the next step? You need to rewrite the whole thing in your own words again and keep your notes brief. और हमें अपने जो notes हैं उनको बहुत brief रखने हैं. Clear? Certain types of words are often eliminated. और हम अपने कुछ words को eliminate कर देंगे, हम उन्हें बिल्कुल include नहीं करेंगे. So that is your articles. Articles you all know, right? That is a, and, the, right? Repeated words, like for example organization, अगर वो बहुत बार repeat हो रहा है, कोई भी word ले लीजिए, अगर वो बहुत बार repeat हो रहा है, so that is something which we know कि ये word काफी बार repeat हो रहा है, so हम उसे भी chuck out कर सकते हैं, eliminate कर सकते हैं. Your verbs, like be it your helping verbs, your action verbs, you can skip that as well. Relative pronoun and your conjunctions. So try to skip out all these things. Clear? Just don't repeat them because they were already being present there, right? Put keywords and main ideas. As I've already told you, all you need to do is you need to consider the main points and the main ideas. You must use abbreviations. Yes, Nidhi, I will give you certain mnemonics right now as well. And because Unacademy has also come up with in its own creative session, the mnemonics classes. So if you've attended that already, you can do great. Like you can clear this thing out very easily. You must use abbreviations and write phrases and not sentences. So do not try to use those huge long sentences, rather use phrases. And that is how you're going to do that. Now let's check out the steps and how you can do that, how your effective note making will be there. First and the foremost thing is our main points, right? So that is something you will going to write down very clearly. Those will be your main points, right? Second comes your sub points. So once you have given your main point, post that will be your sub point, like the under category of it. And then comes your sub point, right? That is, let's just say A is your main point. You can mention A1 as your sub point. Now the under category will be like A1 or A. So that is how you can, it is totally your call, your own way of doing it, right? You know it better. Use numbers and letters and identification to organize information in order of importance. So now either you can use the numbers, the alphabets, the letters, right, for better identification of it. So that, and another thing which is more important is like it should be organized. If you have used, let's just say alphabet A to make something as a category, like alphabet A means heading. So alphabet B also needs to be heading. Alphabet C will also be that. So you need to be very clear for the better understanding of or the identify like what A is talking about. Clear? Abbreviations and symbols can be used whenever possible. So you can use your abbreviations, you can use your short forms, you can use symbols wherever you feel like. That is simply your call. Clear? So now let's just check out the format of it. As I have already told you, so there needs to be a heading. Your notes are definitely incomplete without those headings. So dare not skip out your headings. Clear? Post that will be the subheading. Now, once we have mentioned the subheading, what we can do next, because we have put that as 1, so we can put this as 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. If this point has further some other points attached to it, so that is how you can rewrite again. Then again will be a subheading. So now this was 1, this will become 2. This will be again 2.1, 2.2. 3, 3.1, 3.2. That is like one of the ways to do that. You can frame out your own ways as well. Nothing is mandatory. It is your way, your own understanding. Right? So your intended format can be like this, like 1A. अब अगर A के भी sub points हैं, so it can be called as 1 and 2, and you have to mention it. Guys, you have to mention this, that main sections are 1, 2, 3, 4. Clear? Subsections are A, B, C, D, etc. और subsections के भी अगर हमारे पास parts है, so वो हमने ऐसे mention किए हैं. Again, you have to make it clear to the examiner कि आप लोग ऐसे use करने वाले हो. Sorted, that is what you have to make it clear to your own self and to the examiner. अगर आपने or you may use decimal system, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 is your main section. Your subsection will be discussed in this way. Clear? And later is your subsections, which is like this. So that is completely your wish, completely your own way to do that. Again, it is for your better understanding. Clear? But हमें ना end में ये बताना पड़ेगा like 1, 2, 3, 4 were the main sections, subsections were A, B, C, D, and subsections की भी अगर categories है, so हमने वो like we have used Roman numbers, anything like whichever you want to mention. That is your own area to show that. Clear? Remember, the points are numbered in different ways, but the number should be consistent. हमने although numbers use किए हैं, but you have to use consistent numbers. You cannot be like आपका मन क्या, like it according to your whims and fancies you move to 1 to 5 to 7. Don't do that. Be like in a serial order, use that. Complete sentences should not be written. Another important thing is skip out. Don't use the complete, those giant huge sentences. Short it up. Clear? Abbreviations should be used to write the required information. Abbreviations are short form, so आप लोग वो use कर सकते हो. Now, guidelines for these are use standard abbreviations and symbols as far as possible, which is like capitalize the first letter of the names of states, countries, or the organizations like UP, USA, UK, UNO. This is something which you already know. Common abbreviations like for science is SC, Mr., Mrs., Doctor, government, it is BSc, Bachelors of Science, etc. is like etc. Common symbols are such as this is, example, right, slash, therefore, positive, negative. Arrow means like leading up, rising, falling, anything like whichever you want to use, right? Greater than, smaller than, equals to. Measurement figures are anyone which you want to use, right? So make your, and another thing is it is for your own convenience. हम लोग ये note making ना आपके खुद के convenience के लिए सीख रहे हैं. That if you are attending any of those educational forums, like if you are part of it, so you should know how you can do that, isn't it? So आप लोग अपने खुद के abbreviations भी बना सकते हैं, and we can simply provide you the ways आप लोग क्या use कर सकते हो. Still that will be, final call will be yours. For example, keep the main sounds of the words like education. So education, program. So we are simply taking out the main sound of the words, right? It is a good practice to keep the first few and last letters of the word such as education. So either you can do it this way, right? अपने first few words ले लिए, last का कुछ word ले लिया. Developing can be mentioned this way, right? So that is again your call. We are simply providing you ways for it. Yeah. Take the following caution. Do not get over enthusiastic about abbreviations. I will share one personal anecdote here. So when I came to know that I can do that, so I got really excited, and for every word I was using abbreviations. Don't do that. Okay. Keep your horses calm. And yeah, I mean later then wherever it is being required, you can use it there. You should not abbreviate every word. As I've just told you, we do not need to abbreviate. We do not need a short form each and every word. One abbreviation in one point is enough. As a general rule, the heading should not be abbreviated. Another thing, guys, कभी भी heading को आप लोग abbreviate नहीं करोगे. Try not to provide any of those abbreviations there for the heading. You may use abbreviations in subheadings. Subheadings may we can accept, but try to avoid in the headings those abbreviations. Do you have any doubts till now? Do we have any questions which I need to answer? Right now, you can post in the comment box and I'll try to help you out if there is any. Now, take first few letters of the word as I've already told you, like just like science, practical, education. So these are like your own ways. या फिर prominent sound पे चले जाइए आप लोग, like reading, yeah. Administration ka admin, periods ka periods, like PDS. So that is something which you can use. Or you can use these symbols which I have already told you. Okay. Another thing, this will be called as therefore. For example, arithmetic symbols are percentage, positive, negative, greater than, smaller than, right? So you can use any number of it. Like it is totally your own way. It's like you have a freedom for it. So go for it. Yeah. Now there are certain do's. Keep your notes brief. Again, guys, we are learning this pattern. We are getting accustomed to it so that हम लोग के पास जो इतना सारा detailed information है, हम उसे short कर सके, isn't it? So always keep your notes brief. Note keywords and main ideas. और हमें सिर्फ क्या pick करने हैं, जो वहां पे keywords है या फिर जो main ideas के बारे में discussion हो रहा है, isn't it? Keep notes organized. इतने अच्छे से लिखो that if you will going to check them out almost after 6 months, तो भी you should get it in your head that what you were trying to mention there. So keep your notes organized. Use your own words, because हमारी आदत होती है कि हम जब अपने ही words फिर से पढ़ते हैं, so we can easily recall it, isn't it? So that is like a simple trick. Write phrases, as I've just told you. Skimp out those huge, gigantic sentences. Use phrases. Use headings, subheadings, followed by points. Again, heading दो, उसके सारे points लिखो. अगर subheadings की भी subheadings है, so mention that. Clear? Again, as I've told you, for headings, skip out the abbreviations. आप subheadings में abbreviations use करो, चलेगा, but skip that out for your headings. Use abbreviations, link up points using arrows. You can use that, dotted information, lines, colors, numbers, boxes, etc. So that is your creative corner. जैसा आप करना चाहे वैसा आप लोग कर सकते हो. Now don'ts are copying extra phases. Skip those extra information, extra phases नहीं लिखोगे. लीविंग स्पेसेस ज्यादा बड़ा नहीं करना, इतना सा स्पेस भी मत ड्रॉप लीव कर देना. राइटिंग मोर नोट्स देन यू कैन यूज, और इतने ज्यादा इलैबोरेटिव वे में भी मत लिखना कि व्हेन यू आर ट्राइंग टू चेक इट आउट यू योरसेल्फ आर गेटिंग कंफ्यूज्ड अबाउट इट. एंड नोट्स का यूज क्या है कि हम लोग कुछ पॉइंट्स पढ़े, हमारे दिमाग में सारे उससे रिलेटेड चीजें रिकॉल हो जाए, राइट? सो I mean, it should be precise and concise. Writing complete sentences, big no to that, right? Putting a piece of information under the wrong information. जल्दी में topic कुछ है, subheading कुछ और है, और कुछ subheading हो गए, so skip that out. Clear? Hi Khush. Now, steps involved in the process of note making. As I've already told you, I'm all good. How are you? As I've told you, read the passage twice, right? Go through the passage again and concentrate on identifying and underlining the key points. Post that, you can check out, underline the key important points there. Rewrite the points in your own words. So now you can rewrite the whole points in your own words, because we got the idea of what it is trying to say. Now we can reframe it in our own words. Organize the important information of the text in the form of main heading followed by subheading. So let's just say we have got a main heading, then subheading. Totally your own way to do that. The heading is the main idea of the passage. जब भी आप उनको recall करोगे, so the headings will going to help you out with that. Keep the heading short, crisp and interesting. Right? Now, all subheadings should be written at a uniform distance from the margin. जैसे कि इस वाली slides में भी आप लोग देख सकते हो, it is exactly like at a particular distance from the margin. So you need to keep that, use that, follow it, right? Follow it. ऐसा नहीं है कि हमने पूरे पेज पे scattered करके information लिख दी है. No, skip that thing out. Hi Sachin, right? All points should also maintain the same distance away from the subheading. So if subheadings are there, अगर points, major points है, अगर आपने space drop किया है, so use that. There needs to be a proper uniformity. Clear? Now, so that was all about your note making. We will now talk about summary writing. Now, उसके बाद हम लोग एक question भी solve करेंगे on the same thing. Clear? Now, just one question. So, summary writing involves producing the gist. Gist is like वो पूरा topic क्या बोलना चाहता है, उसको हम बोलते हैं gist. Like like in few lines, you can simply check it out. That is called as gist. Okay? एक overall हमें idea मिल जाता है, right? Summary writing involves producing the gist of the passage in your own words, while strictly adhering to the word limit. All we need to keep in mind the word limit while attempting the question on our summary writing. Sachin, you're super late and I'm done with note making already. Now I'm discussing with summary writing, and be here. I hope you will going to get everything in detail. So, by the way, let me just give you an overall idea of it. Note making is because we are humans, and we cannot remember everything whenever we want, right? So here comes the idea of note making. It is simply an art, right? It is simply an art wherein you can recall जो आपने बहुत पहले पढ़ा था या देखा था या सुना था, right? So we have just discussed that how you can write your own notes. आप लोग को heading कैसे लिखना होता है, सब headings कैसे लिखनी है, सब headings कैसे लिख सकते हैं, abbreviations क्या use कर सकते हो. So all these things we have discussed, and now we are talking about summary writing. Now, so सबसे पहले हमने पैसेज पढ़ा, उसको उसके नोट्स बना लिए, अब हम उसकी समरी लिखेंगे. Now that is the next agenda. Clear? Once the notes on the passage have been prepared, it is easy to prepare the summary. अब अगर आपके notes prepare हो गए हैं, so now it will get easy for you to prepare your summary. As the notes made on the given passage can be joined in a connected passage as the summary. So जो अभी हमने सब कुछ यूज किए हैं, सारा का सारा इंफॉर्मेशन हम लोगों ने यूज किया है अभी, राइट? सो वी कैन यूज दैट अगेन फॉर मेकिंग द पैसेज, क्योंकि हमारा नोट प्रिपेयर हो चुका है. नोट को कॉपी करके हम लोग अपना समरी भी प्रिपेयर कर सकते हैं, राइट? नाउ check whether all important points are in order. Organize notes into an outline which includes main ideas and supporting points, but no examples or details. Examples or details like dates, numbers or stats आप लोग remove कर सकते हो अगर आपको लगता है कि वो extra है तो, right? Next is do not give irrelevant information. Don't try to expand the content. अगेन गाइज हमारा एजेंडा ही ये है कि वो जो बहुत बड़ा पैराग्राफ दे रखा है हमें उसको शॉर्ट करना है, हमें उसे कंसाइज करना है. सो प्लीज उसको अपनी लैंग्वेज में लाते से ही एक्सपैंड मत कर दीजिएगा, राइट? और अपने ओपिनियंस, अपने आइडियाज, अपने इंटरप्रिटेशंस पूरे फॉर्मेट से बाहर रखिएगा, राइट? लाइक वट एवर द आइडिया ऑफ दैट होल पैसेज इज, वी नीड टू कीप दैट सिंपल थिंग इन माइंड. अपने व्यूज, अपने ओपिनियंस, अपने आइडियाज, आपके खुद के इंटरप्रिटेशंस, no, keep that out of your note making and your summary. Now, it is important that you should note the number of words prescribed for the summary. So it is already being given there. Summary में हमेशा हमें बस mention होता है कि कितने words में आपको लिखना है. Use the same tense as in the original. Now this is something which we all need to keep in mind कि जितना जो tense आपके passage में use हुआ था वही वाला टेंस आप लोग अपने नोट मेकिंग में भी यूज करोगे. Until and unless क्वेश्चन में मेंशन है that change the tense, तब आप लोग कर सकते हो, otherwise don't do that. Write summary in third person as far as possible. Choose your own words and expressions. Eliminate all the examples and evidence used in support or illustration of these points. अगर ज्यादा examples given है, अगर ज्यादा images और वो सब illustrations provided है, so skip that. Next is you should skip out long paragraphs or whole sentences from the original text. उनको skip कर दीजिएगा. In the final stage, do revise your draft to ensure that you have included all three relevant information, right? After cross-checking, now write the final draft by keeping in mind the number of words mentioned in the question. Check whether all the information is in order. और उसके बाद अब अपने नोट्स आप एक लीनियर फॉर्मेट में प्रिपेयर कर सकते हो. क्लियर? नाउ हियर इज अ टू डू लिस्ट. लाइक ये हमें डेफिनेटली करना है जब हम अपना नोट मेकिंग या समरी कर रहे हैं, समराइजिंग कर रहे हैं. चेक आउट द समरी मेक्स द सेम पॉइंट्स एज द आर्टिकल इटसेल्फ, राइट? जो आपको पैसेज मिला हुआ है, जो आर्टिकल आपको मिला हुआ है और आपने जैसी समरी लिखी है, प्लीज मेक श्योर वो दोनों एक ही चीज सेम है, राइट? मे बी अगर आपका आर्टिकल है लेट्स जस्ट से बैन ऑन क्रैकर्स, फायर क्रैकर्स, और आप कहीं ना कहीं जब अपनी समरी लिख रहे हो आप उसको उस वाले पॉइंट को वैलिडेट नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, सो दैट विल गो लाइक इन डिफरेंट डायरेक्शंस, राइट? सो स्किप दैट आउट. जो इंफॉर्मेशन आपको प्रोवाइडेड है आप उसी पे समरी लिखिएगा, राइट? एंड मेक श्योर उसको टैली पक्का कर लीजिएगा, चेक कर लीजिएगा. हैव यू स्लिप्ड आउट एनीथिंग इंपॉर्टेंट? कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट इंफॉर्मेशन थी और कहीं वो गलती से आपसे स्लिप आउट तो नहीं हो गई है? Sachin, I have already done that. You can find out the same lecture here on YouTube. मैं उस पे वो lecture कर चुकी हूँ, I think in the month of August. So if you can find it there, I mean, it would be a great help for me. Otherwise, you can download the Unacademy app and वहाँ से आपको I mean, I have already taken a class, आप वहाँ से भी check कर सकते हैं. Have you considered, in fact, tiniest of the details? कहीं आपसे कुछ बहुत tiny information थी, but वो बहुत ज़्यादा required थी, वो slip out तो नहीं हो गई. So keep all these things in mind. Do not forget to look for spelling, grammar, and punctuation errors. Whenever you are writing, be it your Hindi or your English, always try to go for your spellings, for your grammar, and for your punctuation errors. Clear? So now let's check out this question, which is your sample, right? Okay. So first of all, I will going to read out the whole passage और उसके बाद हम लोग इस पे questions करेंगे, ठीक है? Now, it says effective speaking depends on effective listening, right? It says effective speaking depends on effective listening. It takes energy to concentrate on hearing and to concentrate on understanding what has been heard. Incompetent listeners fail in a number of ways. I mean, I think all of you agree with me. Thank you, Nidhi. Right. First, they may drift. Their attention drifts from what the speaker is saying. Right. Second, they may counter. They find counter arguments to whatever a speaker may be saying. Third, they compete. Then they filter. They exclude from their understanding those parts of the message which do not readily fit with their own frame of reference. Finally, they react. They let personal feelings about a speaker or subject override the significance of the message which is being sent. What can a listener do to be more effective? And this is for all of us. आज जिन सबने class attend की है, this is for each one of us. The first key to effective listening is the art of concentration. If a listener positively wishes to concentrate on receiving a message, his chances of success are high. It may need determination. Some speakers are difficult to follow, either because of voice problems or because of the form in which they send a message. There is then a particular need for the determination of a listener to concentrate on what is being said. Concentration is helped by alertness. Mental alertness is helped by physical alertness. It is not simply physical fitness, but also positioning of the body, the limbs, and the head. Some people also find it helpful to their concentration if they hold the head slightly to one side. One useful way for achieving this is intensive note making by trying to capture the critical headings and subheadings the speaker is referring to. Note making has been recommended as an aid to the listener. It also helps the speaker. It gives him confidence when he sees that listeners are sufficiently interested to take notes. The patterns of eye contact when the note taker looks up can be very positive. And the speaker's timing is aided. He can see when a note maker is writing hard and can then make effective use of pauses. So that is okay, sorry. Posture too is important. Consider the impact made by a less competent listener who pushes his chair backwards and slouches. An upright posture helps a listener's concentration. At the same time, it is seen by the speaker to be a positive feature amongst his listeners. Effective listening skills have an impact on both the listener as well as on the speaker. So I genuinely like the whole passage. I hope you liked it too. Yeah. So on the basis of your reading of the above passage, make notes on it using headings and subheadings. right? That is what we will going to check out कि हम लोग ये कैसे करने वाले हैं. Use recognizable abbreviations wherever necessary. So now जहां जहां पे required है आप वहां वहां पे अपने खुद के abbreviations use कर सकते हो. Now title for it, for let's just say the art of effective listening notes, right? Effective, इसी से हमें समझ में आ गया what it is trying to say, effective. Now the first point is effective speaking depends on effective listening, right? Next is concern on listening, concern on understanding what you hear. Second is reasons why incompetent listeners fail. That is the sub point is their attention drifts. They find counter arguments. They compete and then filter. They react. Right? So that is what being mentioned here. जितने भी points वहां पे थे, हमने same points को ही use किया to make this chart. Now, ways for a listener to be more effective. Concern on the message read, mental alertness, physical alertness, positioning body, note-taking aid to listener helps speaker, gives him confidence, encourages the eye contact, right? Impact of posture helps listener in concentration, like we got its concentration. Clear? See by speaker as a positive feature among his listeners. Now, you need to mention that what all abbreviations you have used. They are effective, which is effective, concentrating, message, received, physical, positive, importance, or speaker. Right? So that is what you are also supposed to do. Second question is write a summary in not more than 80 words and you need to suggest a suitable title for that also. So the title can be The Art of Effective Listening. Clear? Now you can, जितना बड़ा वो passage था उतना ही short आपका summary हो जाएगा. If you have checked out, we have used multiple slides for it, right? For reading out the whole thing. Now let's check out the summary. It says effective speaking and effective listening are two sides of the same coin. Again guys, as I've already told you, आप अपनी खुद के language में लिख सकते हो. You don't need to pick out the same lines. आपको जैसे comfortable है, आप अपनी language में summary jot down कर लीजिए. Both equally important. An incompetent listener will always fail as he drifts away from counters, competes and finally filters what the speaker is saying. To be a good listener, concentration is important, combined with mental and physical alertness. The importance of other factors like note-taking and posture cannot be ignored. All these are effective listening skills and are viewed as a positive feature by the speaker among his listeners. They have an impact not only on the listener but also on the speaker. Right? So that is how you are simply supposed to do that. And I hope we all are very sorted, very clear that how can we make our notes, how we can use that gigantic information which are being circulated to us by making a summary out of it. So for both the things, for summary especially, you can use your own language and for note making, you can use your abbreviations. Clear? So I think that is all for today. And I hope this session will going to help you out whenever you are attending somebody's session which is so important for you and you want to jot down certain things. So do follow these rules. Alright guys. So with that I'll take your leave and I hope you are super sorted, super clear with the whole topic. Right? If you still have any doubts, you can write here in the comment box. And another thing is, as I've already told you, you can enroll yourself to Unacademy. Right? And for your enrollment, you can use my code, which is Ambika, right? Which is my name as well, Ambika. And with that, you will surely going to get a 10% discount on your enrollment. So guys, do use that, right? With that, I'll take your leave.